Hey everyone, Math 6 9.3 video today. We're talking about what are called measures of center, sometimes called measures of central tendency, aka MMM. What does MMM stand for? You're about to find out. Alright, MMM. First M we have is called mean. We've talked about that, so let's review that real quick. Alright, so mean is really just a review from our previous section of 9.2. And remember that mean means the average, right? So finding the average. So how do you find an average of this data set? We're going to add them all up. We don't have to go in any particular order. So I'm getting a 6, I'm getting a 10, and I'm getting a 4. If you add those up, 6, 10, and 4 there, you get 16 plus 4 would give me a 20. But now I need to divide that 20 by the number of pieces of data we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 20 divided by 5 is 4, and that is our mean. Alright, so what is the next M? Anybody got any guesses? Well, guess yourself because I can't hear you, obviously. But maybe you guessed median. Alright, so let's talk about median here. Median is really the middle value. And what do I mean by middle value? Well, think about the median when it comes to a road, okay? I've got one side and another side, and the median is the thing that runs right down the middle of both. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at this data set that I gave us, and it's actually the same one we just used in mean. 4, 2, 7, 3, 4. What's the middle? Well, it might be easy to say, oh, hey, look, it's 7. It's right in the middle. But there's a problem. The data has to be ordered. All right, there you go. Data must be in numerical order. So let's put this into numerical order. So what's the lowest value? 2. And then 3. And then I've got a 4, but I have another one. So does it matter which one comes first? No, because they're both 4, right? So 4, oops. And then 4 again. And then lastly, I've got 7. So what is the middle piece of data? Well, looks like this 4 right here, right? That looks to be in the median. Why? Because there's 2 pieces of data on his right and 2 pieces of data on his left. This 4 is the median. Alright, so now I want you to try this one on your own. Find the median value in that data set. Pause the video, see if you can get it, and then play when you're done. Okay, so let's see how you did. We know we have to order the data, right? So I'm going to order it real quick. Alright, so here we go. This is our data in order: 3, 4, 7, 9, 12, 15. And so what's the middle value? Well, so the middle value is going to be right in between. So maybe it's 9. So if it was 9, then I'd have 1, 2 on the right, but 1, 2, 3 on the left side. Okay, so that's not going to work. Well, maybe it's 7. Maybe 7's the middle value. So I'd have 1, 2 there, but then I'd have 9, 12, 15. So it's not the median either. So what are we going to do here? Okay, so this is going to happen pretty often. And what we actually need to do is we need to find the mean of the medians. Okay, so what do I mean by that? Well, sometimes we're going to have an even numbers of data. Okay, so for example, we have 3, 4, 7, 9, 12, 15. An even number, right? Why? Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 pieces of data. So what we actually need to do is find the middle 2 values, which in this case is going to be the 7 and the 9. Okay, 3 and 4 on the right, 12 and 15 are on the left, and 12 and 15 on the right. So 7 and 9 are the 2 middle data. But we don't just say 7 and 9 are the median. What we actually do is we're going to find the mean of those 2. And what is mean? Well, again, that's average. So the average of what? The middle 2. So I have a 7 and a 9. And I've got 2 pieces of data, so I'm going to divide that by 2. So what is 7 plus 9? Well, that's 16. Divided by 2 is what? 8. And that is our answer. Okay, so we don't see an 8 in this data set, but that's okay. The 8 is going to fit right in between those 2, and 8 would be our median. Alright, so we've done mean, we've done median, and now we're going to do mode. All right, so when you hear mode, I want you to think most. Okay, mode, most. What do I mean? It's the piece of data that occurs most often in a data set. So let's look at this data set here. We got 294728122 and we just need to figure out if there's any repeats, and if so, are there multiple repeats? Is there a piece of data that repeats twice or 3 times or 7 times? So let's see. 29472. Okay. 812 792. So I'm seeing a 2 there, a 2 there, a 2 there, and a 2 there. Now, that doesn't mean it's the mode yet necessarily, because we need to look. Does anything else repeat? 9. Okay, I'm seeing 9 also repeating. But which one of those is the mode? Well, the mode is going to be 2. Why is it 2? Because even though the 9 also repeats, the 2 repeats more. It's that simple. Alright, so what I want you to do is pause the video and I want you to find the mode of that data set. Alright, so again, we're looking for pieces of data that occur more than once. So 56, 72, 64, 56, okay, 56 and 56, 76, and then 91, 72, already had a 72, and then 77. So the mode, what's the mode? That's the mode. You can have 2 modes, 56 and 72 are both the modes of that data set. Alright, so now I want you to go ahead and find the mode of this data set and then play the video when you're done. Okay, maybe you're seeing it, maybe it's confusing you, and that's okay. But we have no mode, and you know what, that happens. Sometimes we don't have a repeated piece of data, and that's okay. No mode would be our actual answer. Alright, so now let's kind of introduce a word problem here that has to do with mode. So the following list shows the favorite types of ice cream in a 6th grade class. We're going to create a frequency table and then find the mode. So here is the list, and what you need to do is take a second and kind of get it organized here in this frequency table. There might be a couple different types, and then you probably want to use this tally column to tally up, okay, that's how many of this and how many of this. And then here, that's going to be a number. So these are tally marks, but that's going to be, use a number, 1 through infinity. All right, go. Okay, so here is what I got. So I started out by just making sure I knew how many different types were listed. And if you look through this list, you only find 3. So vanilla gets its own line, chocolate and strawberry each get their own line. And so then what I do is I just kind of go through the list, and every time I see vanilla, I make a tally mark. So I'm saying 1, 2, 3 in the first column. 4, 5, 6. So 4. 1, 2, 3. We'll call that 4, 5, 6, and then 7, 8, 9 in that last column. And then I do the rest for chocolate and strawberry. Alright, so there, my tally column is finished. So I got, let's see, right there, I got 9 people said they like vanilla the best. We had 6 people indicate they like chocolate the most, and strawberry was the favorite of 3 different people. Okay, so that's our frequency table. Again, frequency table does not just include the frequency, it includes the type. The tally, probably a good thing to have, maybe not totally necessary, but definitely you have to have a type associated with the frequency, right? So if I just write 9, 6, and 3, I don't know what they mean. I have to have this column here that indicates vanilla is 9 and chocolate is 6, and so on and so forth. So what's the mode? Well, remember, when we hear mode, we need to think most. And it looks like the mode is vanilla, okay? So we would say the mode is not actually the number 9, but the mode is vanilla because the most people out of that data set or out of that class liked vanilla. Alright, so quickly I just wanted to run through this one problem. I took photos out of the book because I think it's really, really good. So there's a problem in the introduction to this unit where it's talking about sneaker prices, okay? And they give you a picture that has all these sneakers on the wall with different prices. So we got 20, 31, 122, 48, 37, 20, so on and so forth. And what they ask you to do is find the mean, median, and mode of those different prices. And then they ask, this is the kind of key question I want to talk about, which measure best represents the data? Okay, so is the mean the best representation of sneaker prices? Is the median? What about the mode? So what they do is they calculate all of these things. So the mean was $48.50. The median was $41, and the mode was $20. Okay, so which one of those represents the data best? Well, to know that, we probably ought to order the data or construct it in some sort of way that we can kind of like see it or visualize it. So what they did is they made a dot plot, okay? And all these blue dots are the sneaker prices. So we can see one thing, that there's an outlier here, but we're not going to talk about that right now. It does affect the data, but I think the best indication of the price is going to be what would lie more in the middle, right? Because we're talking about measures of center in this unit. So which piece of data, the mean, the median, or the mode, is more in the center? Well, look at the mean. I'm sorry, the mode. The mode is 20. Okay, but if we look back here, is that like the best representation of the prices? Well, 20, yeah, but then 31, 122, and 48, and 37. There's another 20 again, but there's a 45 and a 65. So the mode is 20, but is it the best representation of all those sneaker prices? No. Okay, so I'm going to say not the mode. The mean is over here at $48.50. That's not too bad, but what we know though is that at $48.50, we have only two prices that are greater than that, and one of them is like an outlier. Okay, so I would say the mean isn't really a great representation, but I would say that the median rather here at 41. Okay, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 prices that are lower than the median of 41, and 1, 2, 3, 4 prices that are greater than that. So I would say the median is the best representative of the data. And again, why is that? Because he's most centralized compared to all of the pieces of data. So there you go. All right, guys, that's all I got for you. Thank you for sticking with it. I will see you in class. We'll talk more about mean, median, and mode.